What's up, Greg? It's me, Danny, back with another episode of Cyber Facts. We live in the age of information. The internet has created so many new ways to learn and share information. We can connect to one another in ways we never could before. We can send emails and visit web pages. A lot of people like to use Instagram as a way to look at photos of people that they know or celebrities and stuff like that. But I use Instagram the way I think it was designed to be used, as an educational tool. The internet is an extremely powerful tool that puts a world of information at our fingertips. Right at the tips of your fingers is so much information. And Instagram is probably one of the best places for that. I don't know if you guys have ever stumbled upon accounts like Incredible Facts If or Fact of Fantasy. Instagram is also a place for learning. And it's not the kind of boring stuff that you learn in school. It's fun, new age technology for millennials like me and you and him. Because kids like me don't like to learn in a classroom. We like to learn on the World Wide Web. I've recently started following a bunch of fact Instagram accounts, and I found that they've made me 20 times smarter. If I took an IQ test right now, I would probably ace it, because I've just been reading these simple Instagram facts. Take this one, for example. In 1915, a woman was late to her sister's funeral. When she arrived, she demanded that her sister be let out of the coffin so that she could see her one last time. Upon opening the coffin, the dead woman sat up and smiled. The woman lived for another 40 years after her death. This is really shocking. Whoa! This is really shocking. The best part about this fact is that it tells you why it's an interesting fact at the bottom. It says, this is really shocking. It lets you know the part that is the interesting part. It's the part that the woman lived a long time after she died. Without that, I wouldn't really understand why this is so strange or interesting. Yeah, so a woman at her funeral sat up and lived for another 40 years. What is the interesting part of that? But luckily it says this is really shocking. Here's another good fact. You might be cool, but you'll never be as cool as this Mongolian shepherd with his AK-47 and pet snow leopard. It's not really that much of a fact, it's just kind of mean, actually. You might be cool, but you'll never be as cool as this shepherd with a gun and a leopard. Whoa, that rhymed. Ooh, okay, here's a really cool fun fact. A man planted 7,000 trees to make a guitar-shaped forest as a tribute to his wife. Was he married to a guitar? Two guys used their dead friend's ashes as fishing bait and caught the world's biggest carp. I'm gonna assume that this was in this guy's will or something, like, to my friends who always used to take me fishing one last time and use my ashes as bait. And not like a horrible alternative to this story that's like, two friends murdered one of their friends and sadistically burned him and used his ashes to catch a fish. This one I like because it has a practical use. Standing like a superhero for as little as 2 minutes changes our testosterone and cortisol levels, increases our appetite for risk, causes us to perform better in job interviews, and generally configures our brains to cope well in stressful situations. So all you have to do is stand like a superhero for as little as 2 minutes, and this will change your life. This is the type of stuff that you follow one of these accounts for. This is real world advice. I'm not exactly sure how superheroes stand. Let me just Google this real quick. Superhero stance. So it seems like a lot of just sort of standing with your hands on your hips like that. Actually, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna stand like a superhero for 2 minutes and let's just see if it makes any difference. Oh yeah, I can already tell my life is changing for the better over here. My testosterone levels are off the charts right now. Oh boy, I feel ready to take some risks. All right, that was 2 minutes in a superhero stance. I already feel so way better. At a spending rate of $1 million a day, it would take Bill Gates 218 years to spend all of his money. Now, this isn't necessarily a useful fact, because you would never really need to know this under any circumstance. Would you ever be asked in any practical situation how long it would take Bill Gates to run out of money if he spent $1 million every day? Unless you're Bill Gates' accountant, in which case, you should follow this account. It's really helpful. But it is an interesting thing to think about. Bill Gates could spend $1 million a day for 218 years. That is pretty cool. but he'll never be as cool as that shepherd with an AK-47 and a snow leopard. Having traveled peacefully across Canada for 26 days, a hitchhiking robot, Hitchbot, which relied on people for traveling, was destroyed in Philadelphia on its first trip into America. Honestly, good. Fucking hitchhiking robots coming from other countries to take our jobs. I say good for the people in Philadelphia. Destroy that fucking robot. I don't want any goddamn robots coming into my country. Freeloading, for one. Hitchhiking around the US? I don't think so. Okay, this isn't really a fact. It's just the face of an ant as seen through an electron microscope. I don't know why this is so funny to me, but whatever, I don't know if those are teeth or just little bristle hairs, but he just looks like such a goofy little dork ant. Look at his little face. This is what all ants look like when you zoom in. I'm sorry to all my subscribers. This is the quality content you get when you subscribe to my channel. If a passenger on a British Airways plane suddenly died mid-flight, the old protocol instructed flight attendants to give the newly departed an eye mask, the day's newspaper, and a gin and tonic. Why? What? An eye mask I would understand, because I guess you can't really do anything else with a dead body on a flight. Like, there's nowhere to really put it. Although I feel like there would be. So you might want to put an eye mask just because it'd be unsettling if you were the person next to it to just have a dead guy, like, staring at you for the rest of the flight. But a newspaper and gin and tonic seems like almost condescending to give to a dead person. It's like, you know that he can't read those, right? It's like, oh, look at the dead guy, he's so dumb. Let's dress him up with a little newspaper and a little gin and tonic. They like put it in his hand and he just... Who came up with that protocol? It is impossible to hold your nose and hum at the same time. That's a really fun fact, I didn't know that. You can't hum while plugging your nose. That just wasn't true. All right, this account, facts. That was a lie. If you're gonna lie about a fact, don't make it something so easily testable as being able to plug your nose and hum. What are the comments on this? But I just did it. Someone said, but I was able to make a little hum while doing this, and the facts account responded, was it a hum or just a noise? Well, that's what a hum is. It's just a noise. It's just, It's like the same sound. It's just like, it sounds a little bit different, but it's still a hum. The facts account is like beefing with people in the comments because they're self-conscious about their fact. It's not a hum, it's just a sound. You're just making a noise, not a hum. This is from an account called Knowledge Fusion. Whoa! I'm ready to get some knowledge fusion. Let's see what they have to say. You don't need a fairness cream to achieve your dream. What? Hi, is this Amazon? Yeah, can you cancel my order of fairness cream? Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I learned it on Knowledge Fusion, that's the one. A lot of people have been calling about that. Yeah, it's just, I don't need it to achieve my dream, so I don't really need the cream. Meet Eli Thompson. He was born without a nose. He is still the cutest baby ever. Stay blessed, boy. This is a very cute baby. The comments, however, are savage. Voldemort as a kid. Voldemort alert! Uh-oh, Voldemort alert! Like, why do you have to roast this baby? With no nose, he's got enough problems, he can't even smell. Did you know? 5 truths of life. Finally, more practical information that we can actually put to use. These are 5 truths of life. Nobody is real in this world, except Mother. Mother is the only real one in the world. The only real one in my life is Mother. She's the only one I can trust. Okay, that was number 1. Number colon is a poor person has no friends. Jeez, what the fuck? So far we have nobody is real in the world except for Mother, and a poor person has no friends. So I'm sorry to all the poor people watching this, but you just got roasted the fuck out of by Knowledge Fusion. Number 3, people do not like good thoughts. They like good looks. People don't like good thoughts? And why the fuck am I reading Knowledge Fusion? People respect the money, not the person. And number 5, the person you love the most will hurt you the most. Not Mother. Most laughs you hear on TV shows today were recorded in the 1950s. Means technically, you're likely hearing dead people laughing. That's a pretty interesting fact for most people, but I can always hear dead people laughing. Train your brain. So this one's like a riddle or a puzzle or something. Steve killed his wife in front of so many people, yet no one has the power to accuse him of the murder and send him to prison for his crime. How? I feel like, is it just me or I feel like they don't give you enough information to solve this puzzle. Steve killed his wife in front of a bunch of people, but they can't send him to jail. Why? It's almost like you could come up with any answer that satisfies you, and since there's no answer on here, like as long as you believe the answer, then you're right in your own head. It's because they're all blind. Is that the answer? Everybody that he killed his wife in front of is blind? The top comment is Steve's wife was a criminal and sentenced to death, while Steve was the executioner and executed her. How the fuck did you get that from this question? I guess that does make sense. Maybe I'm dumb. Am I just dumb for not getting that? I feel like there's a million different explanations for it. Like there's not just one answer to this riddle. He killed them all too. They were all mute. They couldn't speak. That's just a handful of answers. 1 gram of DNA able to represent close to 1 billion terabytes of data. Believe it! Why do I get the feeling that some of the people who make these facts are really self-conscious about their facts? Like they have to write things like, believe it! At the top of the meme.
Come on!
It's true! Believe it! 2 workers standing on top of a wind turbine that's in flames, hugging each other, knowing they were both going to die. Jesus, that's dark. It's from an account called Granny Facts. Like, that's the type of fact your granny would tell you. You know, when you go over to your grandma's house and she's like, look at this picture of 2 men hugging because they're about to die on a wind turbine. This account's bio is actually pretty funny. Know what you never know. A platform where you can get videos, riddles, and facts. Did you know, at the age of 17, a lady named Millette became pregnant with a child? She was encouraged to abort the baby, but she refused abortion, and that child is Justin Bieber. Except it's in quotes, which I really like, so it's like, and that child is Justin Bieber. Yeah, we all believe that your kid is Justin Bieber, Millette. It seems like it's discrediting her. She wanted to get an abortion, but she didn't, and now her child's Justin Bieber or something. Well guys, hopefully through this video, you've come to realize that the internet is such a magical place, and Instagram is a great place for us kids to learn the way we want to learn. Instagram's more than just a place to look at celebrities' butts. It's a place for learning and expressing ideas. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not Greg yet, Greg is my family on YouTube. It's my fan base. Just hit the subscribe button and turn on my notifications to become part of Greg. I have new merch. It's the Greg family crest. We are the strongest family on the internet, so it's only proper that we should have a family crest to show how cool we are. It's got our mortal enemies Craig's burning in hell. It's got my face on it, which is awesome to see, and plants. If you want to get that, DannyGonzalez.store. Head on over there. Thank you, Liza Beth, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time where I go to the Gucci store and ask them how much the shoes are, and when they tell me how expensive they are, I go, oh, that's too expensive. I don't want it. It's gonna be really fun, and I think it'll be really interesting, so stay tuned for that. Bye.